Hello, it says we are live. Hello, James. Hey, Rebecca. I see you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for waiting. Can you hear us and see us okay? Let us
Hello.
know. Hey, Amanda, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. So glad to be back on your channel. It's been a little while.
Right? I'm super excited to have you here. We are not doing a VIP Kid collaboration station, although we may have VIP Kid in our discussion today. Today we're going to talk about going digital with Amanda Panda teacher. Super
Awesome.
excited. Yes.
Yes, it's something fun and new, and the first time I'm doing it. So it's a great opportunity. So it starts tomorrow on April the 7th.
Yeah.
So I'm real excited. You can sign up. It's okay if you're just signing up today or not in yet.
Mm-hmm.
You can even sign up tomorrow. It's an inbox email challenge. So that means you'll receive an email over 5 days. So if
Okay.
you jump in on a later date, that's okay too. So if you're watching the replay, this is on a different day, that's totally cool too. You can jump into the
Right.
challenge anytime of during that 5 day period. So
And it's
awesome.
free. Free,
Yes,
free.
it
So
is
who
free.
is it for? I signed up for it today. Now I took your minicam kindergarten, but I didn't complete it. So I was thinking maybe I could start here again. What do you think?
Of course, yes. The Go Digital Challenge to begin will be for beginners. So the very first day one is all about the plans and your devices. So
Okay.
that's what's key to using ManyCam to get started is you've got to know information about your computer. So I teach you to go find the specs and check them and then be able to know what type of device you have so you can be successful. Then day two is student engagement. This
Okay.
is about how to engage students and get their eyes on you, to use some tools in Manicam to do that. Day three is about all the different teachers that might use Manicam. So if you're an outschool teacher, Casey's doing Kids Pass. She's an entrepreneur, like doing different courses and teaching about Groove Funnels. So Casey may use it in different ways. So that's what day three is. And day four is all the extras. So I'll go over a few extras people
Fun.
don't know about. That would be for you since you're a beginner. Not the beginner day one, but definitely you're into day
Right.
four. I think anyone who is using Manicam should join the challenge. It's not just for beginners, it's for anyone using it. So
Okay.
join, come on in. It's free. It's just 5 days. And the last day, I'll teach a live workshop. So you actually get one chance for free to come on day five. And a few days after, I have a couple workshop dates. Choose a
Okay.
workshop, come, and I'll teach you for free, get you all started.
Wow.
So it's a great opportunity to come learn if you're a beginner all the way to an advanced user. Everyone will learn something because I got lots of good secrets.
Right. Now, I was just thinking those that don't have Minicam might want to come and check it out too to see if Minicam is a good fit for them.
Absolutely. So the
Yeah.
intention in the challenge is to explore it. Don't go and install it. You don't have to have it on your computer. The
Okay.
challenge is just information. So you'll get an overview for the 5 days. By
Excellent.
day number five, it'd be wonderful if you're installing it and you want to come learn from me as your coach. That's great.
Yes.
But if not, that's okay too. You might actually get to day one and figure out your computer is too old and not go forward with the rest of the days.
Right.
And that's okay. The goal is to be successful, to have success, and to be a person who's not writing all those horror stories in Facebook groups about Manicam crashed my computer and burned everything up. You really have to start with a good device. So that's the good foundation. So that's why we
Right.
start that on day number one.
I do like when you explain that it it's not Minicam necessarily. It's the people that are complaining about it, they just didn't have a very good device to install it. They might have a lower processor and things. So
Yes,
yeah.
and surprisingly, a lot of them are Mac teachers. So
Uh,
nothing against Mac. I'm not a Mac teacher, but Macs that teachers own that are more than a few years old, I would say even more than 3 years old.
yeah.
So there are some teachers teaching for my online ESL company and yours too, VIP Kid.
Hmm.
Their devices are 6 or 5 years old. And with Apple Care, you can make a Mac last a long time. But the
Right.
problem that they're not realizing is that a Mac from 5 years ago was not built for the demands of today with
Mm.
processing and sending high speed video back and forth. And then you say, now let's Manicam Mac and add more lines of video.
Right.
It's really ridiculous and you really cannot do it. Even for myself as a PC user,
Hmm.
my first computer teaching online was an i5 processor, fourth generation. I would never put Manicam on that device to use.
Right.
So anything less than an i7 processor, an i5 10th generation. And don't worry, if you don't know what all of those numbers mean, come on day one of the challenge. We'll teach you how.
Excellent.
So that
Excellent.
challenge is all about the basics to really get you started. And the key is a really good device. And I don't want to help people get started with Manicam who are going to fail. If you
Right.
crash and burn and your computer gets broken, that's just a bummer. So you have to really start thoughtfully from the beginning. So I'll help you get
Excellent.
started.
Yes. Let's see. Hey, Meredith. Hey, Renee and Rachel. Thanks for coming, guys. Amanda, are you green screening?
I am right now. I am green screening. Actually, Casey is not. So this is a really good example
This is my
of
green
the
screen.
difference. But you're using Replace in Zoom, right? Are you using Manicam?
Oh, I'm using virtual background. Yeah, but I have
Okay.
to click. I click on green screen because it has to tell it if I have a green screen or not.
Okay. So what I'm using is I'm using in Manicam a green screen. So yes, I do have the green screen behind me. I can just flash off real quick and show you. But the difference between mine and Casey's is something called Chroma Key. So if you see mine is a green right behind, Casey has the same. When you're in Zoom, if you notice Casey, when she moves around, the replace feature she loses part of her hair and part of her, if she had headphones, part of the headphones. With Chroma Key, which is what I use in Manicam, it is more of a clear signal and gets a clear picture so that I can move in my online teaching classroom. You know me, I'm the TBR queen. So when I go across the sea, we don't see my ears or my head or my shoulder disappearing or back of my chair.
Right.
It really keeps more of a static green screen in the background.
Yeah.
So with Manicam and Chroma Key, you get the same effect that Casey's using, but it's different. Replace in Zoom is different than Chroma Key on green screen.
I do use the green screen on Manicam on my other computer, but I think my new computer is only in i5. So I think that's why I have so much trouble, but I have to look into it. So day one of the challenge, I'll go look into it.
Awesome. No problem.
Let's see. Rachel said, hey there. Most of the time my Manicam would crash at least once a day during my classes. That's from James. Found out by watching Amanda's videos about requirements, found out I had an i5 6th gen.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. Wow. I don't see any flutter around her. And Rebecca said she needs to figure out Chroma Key. Rebecca does all the fun, like, I figured out Chroma Key, but I didn't figure out all the fun other things.
Effects.
And I are so opposite.
Awesome. That is really cool. Yeah, green screen is something that is the last thing that I added. So it wasn't the first thing I did. I started with effects like Rebecca's doing. I use the timer. I use different presets to write and use whiteboard like chalk and dry erase. I use Google Slides. So I do a mix of everything. But green screen was really the last thing I figured out. I had so much problems with it because I didn't understand the lighting requirements of green screen. So I used to have my green screen. Let me turn off so you can see. I used to have it really close to my chair, and this was my trick to make it work. So when it was close to my chair, touching me like this, whenever I moved, I would make shadows and I could never light the back. But watch when I push back the green screen, this was the trick to get it to work. When I push back, more light goes onto it more steadily, and that gives me the consistent green screen that I have. So the sun's coming up in California where we're streaming from today. So that's going to affect the lighting a bit. But in general, I don't have any problems. I can really move my body and not have shadows and pixelation because I've got that static set color, a coloration of light back there to color that background. So I discovered that after a lot of time.
I'm sure it doesn't surprise anybody that I went backwards, right?
No. You go your own way, but definitely.
I tend to go my own way.
No worries. That's awesome.
Jim said, now I have a desktop and laptop i7 10th generation. I bought a new desktop last week and a laptop 2 weeks ago. Awesome. Rebecca said, I need to figure out how or where to put my green fabric. I had some little clips that I was hanging it on for a while there for my Manicam over on the other computer, but I constantly had to move it to this computer, to that computer, and depending on if I want, anyway.
Rebecca, just a heads up for you. I know your setup in your classroom. Rebecca is a corner teacher.
Hmm.
So she teaches with corner, and her wall behind her is wood paneling wall. I've seen
Right.
her classroom before. So Rebecca, my suggestion would be to try one of those attaches to the back of your chair so that you can green screen,
Oh,
put it up, and then you can take it down, so that you don't have to try to cover that corner behind you.
yeah.
I use a rolling rack. I can actually turn off and show you. Oops. I use a rolling rack. So my green screen rolls away. So it's on a luggage rack from Walmart, and it just rolls up behind me. So there it is. It just rolls around.
Hmm.
And a piece of green fabric from Amazon, $8. So that's
Yeah.
my setup, but it doesn't have to be yours. You can do lots of different things.
I
Teacher
can show
Amy
mine.
Lou, she is a green screen teacher too, a Manicam Pro like I am, and she uses a screen that is like, old fashioned style in our old classrooms when we were brick and mortar teachers, how
Right.
we pull down the screen. She has one that's in the ceiling. She pulls down just like that, and it's a green screen. So there's lots of opportunities to make that work. So Casey, what's yours?
So mine doesn't move, but mine's like a photo rack thing. So it's on just those
Oh,
clips
like a
back there.
stand.
Yeah, it's on a stand, so it doesn't move. And I think Melissa has one from her ceiling that she just pulls down.
Yes,
So
yes.
there's lots of options up there.
The
So
back of the chair may be Rebecca's solution, so she can kind of take it away and put it back and forth. I like that I can green screen, or I don't have to. I could put a
mhm,
piece of fabric over the top here and change it to a solid color. I
yeah.
often will roll with it just without the green screen. Like if I'm feeling lazy, I'll just put up a effect real quick and I'll have a flower border, and this is me. Hello, here I am. So really there's options available.
Yeah.
You can really, this green screen is not a must. It is just one of the elements I use of Manicam. Yesterday, I was teaching teachers in Whittier, California about Google Drive. During that session, I used Zoom, and I showed a preset of myself, a small picture in a picture with me. And then I put my name across the bottom, said Coach Amanda. And then
Hmm.
my slides were really big in the screen view for them in Zoom. So I was able to take them on a little tour of Google Drive and teach them about Google Drive. Then I shared screen in Zoom. So I took away the slides. I shared screen in Zoom all through Manicam. And then I was able to give them a little driving tour where I clicked buttons and they could see my full screen. So in that
Nice.
way, it really makes a professional. I'm a professional online teacher, so I want to have the best looking presentation. So in Zoom, I don't always just share screen where
Right.
everyone can see everything. I make it look very professional with me picture in picture. It was just me in the green screen, and then I put the slides around me. So really, there's so many applications.
Yeah.
I teach professionally online and coach teachers, so I use Manicam in that way. It's not just a tool that is for fun stickers and effects and green screen. There's so many more things. I record, I take pictures, I
Right.
post on social media. All of it comes from my Manicam camera and tool. I use it for everything. So,
Great. Let's see. Rebecca said I also might replace the red window curtain in my dining room to green.
oh,
Interesting. She said I sometimes move my office over there when I need more table space for science experiments. James
smart
said my
idea.
closet is a metal cabinet, so I wrap the cloth around it and use magnets to hold it in place. Oh, that's cool.
That's very cool.
Rebecca said I think my office is too tight for the back of the chair. I know Tamara uses that one.
Mm.
You might want to
It
ask her.
it may be too tight, Rebecca. It's a wider. It might be your corner is pretty small. So
Mm,
yeah, you know what? You're going to try different things. I tried different setups. I was a corner teacher, a standing teacher. When I switched to use digital tools, I needed my mouse to be able to click.
mhm.
And where in my standing desk setup, I didn't have a mouse set up. I stacked two end tables on top of each other to make a standing desk. That was where I first started teaching from. from. Now that
Right.
I teach from my webcam, I sit at my desk, I use a green screen, which is different. So I
Right.
really have evolved over time, and you will too. You're going to try different setups and change as you go. I added ManyCam as a digital resource when I got bored after teaching 2,000 classes with VIP Kid. And so I've grown and changed my style. I still
Right.
use props, but I certainly have changed and evolved to add digital resources in. And if you had asked me a couple years ago, would this be you
I
teaching
know.
ManyCam? I would have been like, no, no, no. And actually go to Casey's channel.
Yep.
One of the first interviews that I did, I answered her and I said, I cannot do digital props and resources.
Yes.
My hands are too busy. I remember saying that to you.
Yep.
And really now that has changed so that I'm more comfortable using the tech. I can use my mouse quickly, switch with the tech. And then when I want a good old fashioned prop, Mike's got to come to class, he comes. And I
Yeah.
still kept essential. So I really pared down what I had as a whole room to make just the simple, most important resources.
And Amanda, that's why you're such an amazing teacher, because you're willing to grow and learn to, keep the attention of your students, keep your attention, and that makes you a very good, effective teacher. So,
I think learning and teaching is you're always going to do it. You're always going to do different things. You're always going to grow and change,
mhm.
and that's just been my style. So
Yeah.
wherever you toss me, I was a roving teacher once. I worked in a combo class. This was my fourth year teaching brick and mortar school. So, the low man, the totem pole, I got the combination class that had to rove every single month. So basically
Right.
my classroom was in a rolling cabinet. I had two of them, and we had moving day. I made systems and strategies that worked to teach in the brick and mortar class, even though I was a guest in other teachers' rooms. When I first started teaching in California, we had year round school. And so we would rove and change. Every month I had to move. So I would teach 3 months in different rooms, different room, different room, different room. Then I was off. Different room, different room, different room, and
Wow.
I was off. What a challenge that was. But you know
Yeah.
what a professional teacher, when your heart work is teaching, you change and grow and do what's best for your students.
hmm
And for me, what's best for my students and best for my teaching with teaching adults in technology is to use digital tools and effects. And
Yeah.
ManyCam is my go-to. I've got the plan. I know how to make it work for you, how to make it simple. I tell people my superpower is teaching people technology and making it easy step by step so you can figure out. I love newbies and beginners. I am there for you. I totally
Excellent.
get how difficult it is to understand and do things in technology. So that's why I'm a coach. So
Yeah.
it really helps teachers to come alongside someone like that. So
Mhm. So Meredith wants to know, why does Casey disappear and you do not? What is Chroma Key? Can you
it
explain
is
that
It
again?
is Chroma Key. So I am using ManyCam with Chroma Key. Chroma Key is a tool inside of ManyCam that makes the virtual background more steady and more solid all the time. So it is consistently showing my virtual background. Basically, I'm telling it change the green color to this blue, beautiful ocean color. So I am chroma key it with the coloration. It's actually literally changing the colors through the computer algorithm to change. Casey's is different because she's using a green screen. She does have the green back there, but her way of changing the background is called replace. Basically, Casey's telling the background to just change to that. It's not actually changing the coloration through the tool of chroma key inside of ManyCam. So I could turn on replace. I have that option in mind too. Let me quickly
So
do
when
real
I'm
quick.
reading a story and I keep losing Pout Pout Fish because he's blue and green in the ocean, oh yeah, it doesn't look as good.
Here am I. So this is replace in ManyCam. So here's what it looks like if I was to replace. So you see how things get disappear and go away. So if I
Shadowy.
hold up things too, yeah. So it's really difficult to focus the camera. I have a fuzz of green around me.
Yeah.
So truly, chroma key is the more pure image. For me, looks so much more professional, but a lot of people, like on the news, a lot of people on the news, they are using Replace. And you might see like the news broadcasters, half their ear is gone. And if they're like, they got like baldy heads, they have no ears. It's all about that Replace. So it's truly the Chroma Key that is the better choice for online
Yeah.
teachers that are moving. If you're just sitting there static like this, Replace is not a problem because
Right.
it will still do kind of what you want. You'll get a different background that's virtual, but when you move a lot, so if I stay still, it's okay. But if I move, oh my goodness, it just looks crazy. So it definitely is a better option and choice inside of ManyCam. So that's called Chroma Key. Chroma Key.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this. James said, I use Chroma Key, but you can still see a lot of flutter. That's lighting, right? Or no?
That is lighting. So flutter is like
I had that
pixelation.
too.
Yeah. So James, if I turn off my lights, see, it's coming. Do you see down where right here? So right here, I just turned off the light.
Yeah.
The light being lit on the background is what keeps that pixelation from coming into my view. So
Yeah.
if I turn off my lights for the background, now if I put it back on, that pixelation is gone because it needs steady light. So you need lights in the front to light you, and then you need steady light for the background for green
Yeah.
screen.
Mine was because my screen, my blinds, if I open my blinds right now, I will lose all of this side here.
Yes. So outside light changes throughout the day. Lights that we have in our teaching classroom are the same.
Yeah.
The lights don't change or get brighter as the morning comes.
Right.
So I have to close my blinds and block
Me
out
too.
the daylight in order to green screen. I teach early in the morning in Pacific Coast time, so it's dark anyways. But like right now when I'm green screening, I have my blinds closed so that you can see. If I open them full, it just puts way too much light, and then the light changes as the time goes on.
Yep. So awesome. Let's see. I had some questions here for you. So you told us what the 5-day challenge is, and Meredith wants to know. So we want Chroma Key. Will you show us that in the challenge?
I will not show you Chroma Key in the challenge. That's definitely a next step. The first step I'll show you in the challenge is the easiest way to get started, which are using effects. So I will show you how to do that on I think it's day number 2 that we talk about effects. Chroma Key is something that is best to do like in the coaching training that I do with people together. So after the challenge is over, we'll feed into a course that I teach. It is called ManyCam in 6. So I have 6 lessons. Chroma Key is actually lesson number 6 and green screen. I don't teach that to the very, very end because it is definitely an add-on. So we want to get the basics going. Green screen is like a mid-level skill that we'll work on towards the end. So no, I won't teach that in a 5-day challenge.
So it used to be ManyCam Kindergarten. Now it's ManyCam in 6, or are they 2 separate things?
So ManyCam in 6 is the new name of the course. I changed the name. I'll have to tell you why. I changed the name because many people said to me, is this for kindergarten teachers? And no, it's not for kindergarten teachers. So I think there was a misconception out there about the name ManyCam Kindergarten. My group is still called that, so I'm going to keep that group name. But the other area of the course is called ManyCam in 6. So it's 6 lessons over 2 weeks. So that starts after the challenge is over.
6 lessons over 2 weeks. Okay.
Over 2 weeks. Yep. And it includes coaching, group coaching. So you come and I teach you on the Zoom and groups, as well as I put 9 hours of office hours. So there are office hours where you can just drop in. I will be sitting waiting on Zoom to help people one-on-one, which is the best way that I found running the course in January to help people with learning is really they need one-on-one help. Usually one-on-one coaching costs a bundle of money. So it's a bargain to do it through ManyCam in 6. And we'll talk about that as we go through the challenge. That's day number 5.
We're doing the same thing, offering coaching with our 21-day groove challenge that we're doing, the groove 21-day challenge.
Definitely. Yeah. I think for something like ManyCam is, I really found like some people can just do it and get in the group, but some people really need help. So after each of the sessions that I do teaching, I will then meet with you in Zoom. I'll just be available, answer questions. I can help you one-on-one. So
So Amanda, somebody had asked me, are you still doing your Bitmoji course? Is that still up there?
Yes, they are. You can still purchase them. I'm not running workshops the rest of the month because I'm doing the Manicam workshop, but it
Right.
will be back in May. So my
Okay.
goal is to have every month a calendar with all the different courses that I offer and
Okay.
to have you choose when you want to come to live workshops. So absolutely, you can still purchase at mandypandateacher.com/Bitmoji. Boom cards and easel, those are all still available. So they're not
Excellent.
gone, but I'm not doing workshops for the next 2 weeks or so.
Excellent. But if they go to your website, they can see what you offer?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Excellent. I'm so excited for you. These courses are amazing and help so many people. I didn't even know what a boom card was.
I had Tamra, she came to visit me for boom cards and she got a lesson. So yeah, they're definitely amazing. There's so many great tools. I've got a lot more. I have 10 mini courses I'd like to eventually develop. So I've got
Awesome.
3 more on the way.
Wow. So Rebecca said a calendar would be so nice.
That's what I'm working towards. Definitely. A
Yeah.
printable calendar. So I'll send it out like to my email list. It says when the dates of the workshops are.
Yeah.
You can pick and choose. So
So
definitely.
I think that's important too. If they sign up for your 5-day challenge, they're automatically on your email list. So they'll eventually get the calendar and everything as well, right?
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Yeah. Hey, Cindy Bennett, thanks for coming. So below in the description box there is an affiliate link. Amanda has shared with me, but there's also other links to get in touch with her. I don't know. There's a lot of links down there. Go check them all out.
No worries. I do have linked my 2 support groups on Facebook. So I
Yes.
do have 2 groups, Online Teaching Made Easy. This group is for any teacher teaching online, even if you're not into Manicam. So it's a great place for preschool online teachers, outschool teachers, hybrid teachers, brick and mortar, whatever you're doing with online teaching online, that's a great group. Any ESL company also. I have some 51 Talk people. I'm going to interview a 51 Talk teacher on Friday. That's very excited.
Hmm.
And so then I also have a Manicam kindergarten group. That's the one where the challenge will be hosted. And so
Okay.
you're welcome to join. Both of those groups are free to join. The
Hmm.
challenge is 5 days, easy to sign up. In your web address bar, you can go click that link below that Casey has to enter and to join. So it's a great opportunity to come and learn for free. I'll get you started. I won't do Chroma Key, but I'll do plenty other things. There's so many things that Manicam does, but we'll get you started.
I don't know that the link below is the Minicam and 6 or the free challenge, but both
It's
both
it's the
links are
challenge.
below.
It's the
Oh,
challenge.
hmm.
The link below is the challenge to the one I sent you, the affiliate link. It's the challenge to get in the challenge.
Okay. So it should be the challenge.
Yeah. So once people sign up, then it tracks them, and then I'm able to see if they decide to join the course, they get to
Excellent.
come that way too. So
Super fun. Rebecca said, I use Minicam with all 4 of my online companies.
perfect. Oh, I
Yes,
did
she's a
want to
mom.
mention I'm doing giveaways too. So in the challenge, I will have 4 prizes throughout the week of the challenge starting on Wednesday. And then
Nice.
today at noon Pacific Coast time, which is a couple hours from now, I will be drawing a gift card. So if you enter and get in and sign up right away while watching this live, even if you're just kind of thinking about it, you can get entered in a gift card. I have a $20 gift card to either Amazon or Starbucks. So it's gonna come in
Mm.
last drawing. I've done 3, so this is the last one to join the challenge gift card giveaway. So
That's so funny. That is my thing. I'm like, I need to leave 30 minutes before my COVID vaccine so I can go get my Starbucks.
perfect, perfect,
It's on my list of things to do today.
perfect.
Yes, I put Starbucks on my calendar. Anyway, so again, friends, you know Amanda Panda. The thing I really like is we always talk about know, like, and trust. We know Amanda Panda. We love Amanda Panda, and we trust her. She's been on this channel for, I think, almost a year now.
I think it has. My goodness, so long.
Wow. So super excited. We are so excited for you, Amanda. You are doing big things, and I love watching your journey, and so excited that we have friends here. I think we have 27 friends that showed up today to hear you talk about this. It's not too late to say hello to Amanda Panda in the chat before we go. All the links are below, everybody, and we'll love to see you tomorrow during the challenge, right?
Very much so. I'll be live in the group every morning.
Yay.
And then in your inbox, you'll see a video from me on day 1 of the Go Digital Challenge.
Awesome. I'm super excited. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. And I'd say join us next time, but you never know when next time is.
See you soon.
Yeah. Bye.